I just got back from a like local garden center from us. It's actually like Amish run and owned, and they have fantastic prices on so many different things. I went and I got 25 strawberry plants. I got, well, I guess I'll just show you, but I got raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. I spent $100 for everything that I purchased. This is the same place we got the blueberries and raspberries from last year. They're planted behind me here in what is going to eventually be like a really great perennial forest garden. I'm not sure what we're calling it yet. I just like the way forest garden sounds. Hi. Yes, hello. Hi. So I am going to start with those. The two older kids that I have home from, I have two older kids that are home today. My kindergartner doesn't have school, toddler isn't old enough for school, and baby is still asleep in the car. I have my car parked right here. All my plants are in it, so I'm just gonna open the trunk, let her sleep, and get as many plants in the ground as I can before she wakes up and decides that she needs me. So we have two blueberry bushes right here. One is literally right here. I'm pretty sure it's dead, but I don't want to pull it out just in case it's not. I have a second one that looks just as terrible, and then we have one raspberry plant behind me that looks just as bad. I'm pretty sure they didn't take, we had some issues last year getting them in the ground, so I'm gonna get these in the ground right away this time, and hopefully that makes a difference. These ones look fantastic, so I'm really optimistic. These are some of the plants I got. So I just got what they had. They were pretty decent prices. These are both this is a blackberry, yeah. These are Duro blackberries. They were $9.95 a plant. I'm pretty sure I got 3 of them. So I'm gonna put these in. This is something that we didn't put in last year. I couldn't find them. They completely sold out on me in my area last year, so I went early this year to make sure I got them. I'm just gonna put like things with like things for right now, and then try to figure out where I'm going to put them in a minute. So I also got different varieties of raspberries this year. So I got Litham, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. I got a Caroline, and then I also got a Clarity. I really hope I'm not butchering those, but I got one of each of the varieties they had. I don't remember what variety we put in last year, so I got a different variety here, and we'll see which ones do best, and then if I need to next year, I'll just go purchase the ones that did the best. These are what my strawberry starts look like. They actually pull them out of the freezer, so they're frozen right now. I'm gonna let these thaw, but these are all-stars. Last year in the forest garden I put 2 different varieties of strawberries, and my all-stars did much better than the other variety did. I don't even remember what I put in. You'd probably have to go watch some of my videos from last year to figure out what it was if you're curious, but my all-stars did the best, and I like how I did it last year by just putting in 2 plants of each variety and figuring out which did best, because now I know this year I can go in and I can buy in bulk and put these in. I started with 25. This costed me $12 for 25 starts. Great deal. I almost instantly regretted not getting more. They do sell them up to 100 at a time, so I might end up going back later in the season and getting maybe like another little bit here, but I want to have a really big strawberry patch. So I'm gonna set these here for now so I don't lose them, but I want them to be in the sun so that they can thaw out and we can pull them apart and get them in the ground. I'm going to arrange my plants and figure out how I want them. I would like to try to keep like things with like things. So these are the blueberry plants we put in last year. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'd like to keep them in a line here because we are going to hopefully fence this in and then put some borders around so that I can keep these a little bit more pulled back. I came in here yesterday and cleaned up a little bit, but this is going to be a little bit of a bigger job than I can do just myself. So I was waiting for my husband so that he could help, but I'm just going to get these plants and figure out where I want them and start.
So I took a second to kind of figure out where I wanted to put everything. We had this area tilled up last year, so I knew that the ground was going to be softer here and already sort of ready to take these bushes. I was hesitant. I was really nervous to buy these and put them in the ground again. I spent just under $100 on all these berry bushes, but I really wanted to gain this area to be more self-sufficient, and this is going to open up a lot of doors when it comes to making jams and jellies and getting just frozen berries in the freezer, because we use those so much all year long, and this is something that we really wanted to get in. So I decided to just bite the bullet and hope that this year we had better success, but I was nervous at this point, so I just decided we're gonna go for it. I ripped out all of the ones that were definitely dead and just kind of started digging and hoping that things would go better this time. I decided to put our blueberries kind of where the old blueberry plants were, and so on and so forth. I was really excited to get these in though, but all the things, I was kind of rushing through this, to be honest, because I haven't had to garden with a baby for the last 2 years, I think. My son is 3, so it's been a while since I've had to do garden tasks with a baby, and I kind of forgot how difficult it is when you're trying to complete a task like during a nap time or when the baby is happy. So I was really just trying to rush through these, to be honest, because my husband wasn't here this day. Obviously, my husband works a full-time job, so all of the homesteading things usually do land on my shoulders. My husband obviously helps and takes care of like other things that I don't take care of. He's always jumps in and helps when I have projects that I need help with. Just this last weekend, he helped me with a chicken coop and we repaired some fencing and things. So we do work well as a team, but those like daily tasks definitely land on my shoulders, and it can be a little stressful when you're trying to manage all the kids and make sure that baby's happy. And I was in such a rush to get these in, I didn't even want to go in the garage and find my garden gloves, so I just went ahead and put these in bare. But you're gonna see like lots of different times baby ended up waking up, so I pulled her out and you can see her there in her car seat. She was happy like that for a while, and then she wasn't, so I went inside and I got the baby play mat and was hoping that she would be like happy laying on her mat for a little bit. So just kind of relearning how to do all that stuff with a baby this year. So lots of starting, lots of stopping, and I actually didn't have time to put the strawberries in during this filming session. I had to wait, and I went back out later that night after all the kids were in bed. My husband was home at that point, and he stayed inside with Cleo while she was sleeping and all the other kids, and I went out after dark and finished putting in the strawberries, and I got eaten alive by mosquitoes that night, but it was worth it. And I was really excited to kind of finish this project, well, get it started and finish it, just learning how to manage my time a little bit different this season, so that's something new I have to learn. It has been about, I'm gonna say about 2 weeks since you guys watched me plant these berry bushes and the strawberries, and I wanted to give just a little update at the end of the video to let you guys know how things are going. I am going to come through here and clean this up a lot with all these like long grass pieces and stuff. Just haven't had the time to do that yet, but that is going to happen, so it'll be a little bit more neat. But look at how beautiful this blueberry plant looks. These are, I want to say these are Dukes. Nope, these are Blue Corp. But look at how amazing these are looking. Now, looking at the difference between the ones we just planted and the ones we put in last year, this is definitely dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. I'm definitely seeing that there's no signs of life in this, and I feel comfortable now taking this out. So we're gonna get rid of this one, but this one looks beautiful. I'm really happy with how this one looks. And this is the other blueberry plant that we put in, and we have buds on them. So I'm super excited. It looks like we will get at least a couple blueberries this year, which makes me so unbelievably happy. So I'm really excited that these look a lot better than they did last year. I was really worried about these. And here are our raspberries. They're looking great. They're still looking super healthy. The leaves are actually getting bigger and brighter, which makes me really excited. They're growing new leaves on different spots of the bush, so it makes me feel really great. I'm pretty positive that these took. All 4 of our raspberry plants look just as good, so I'm really excited. This one maybe, this one probably needs a little drink of water. So I'll go ahead and do that. But same with our blackberries that we put in. All of these plants look fantastic. This one actually didn't have any leaves on it previously, and now it does, so I'm happy. Same with this one. We got some leaves going on here, and this makes me ecstatic. It makes me super happy about the berry plants because we are expanding things that we can grow here, and it's a perennial. It's not something that I really have to worry about much anymore now that it's in and it's took. It'll just kind of take care of itself year after year, and it's food that I don't really have to think about every year. I can almost rely on because it's in, and hopefully if we take care of it, and it will do better year after year after year, and I'm really excited about that. So let's talk about these strawberries. So we planted 25 strawberry starts together. I don't know if all of them took. You guys will have to let me know. I have some questions for you guys if you guys are more experienced than I. I've never planted strawberries before in that capacity, and I've also never done rhubarb before, so I have some questions. So let's show you guys what I'm talking about here. One of the strawberry plants that we planted, this looks fantastic, so I'm happy about this. This is another bed that we're going to kind of clean up. Here's a plant that we put in last year, so we do have some flowers going, so we'll definitely have strawberries. Hey buddy! This is one that we planted together in the earlier part of this video, and it has a flower on it, so I'm pretty sure some of them took. I think part of the issue is I'm forgetting kind of where I planted everything because it's been a little bit and I didn't mark them. So they're all in this patch, and we're just going to see over the course of summer what comes up and what doesn't. And it also doesn't help that this bed really needs to be cleaned up. So that's that. Here's our rhubarb plant that I was talking about, and here's where I have a question. Okay, you guys, in here where all these flowers are these strawberries, or is this part of the rhubarb plant? Like all of these, because this looks like strawberry leaves to me. Like I said, I'm new to this, but it looks like this would be a strawberry plant because it doesn't look the same as the rhubarb leaves. So let me know what your opinion is on this, because it's tucked in here and it kind of sprawls out, and there's more like underneath here, and I'm pretty sure these are strawberries, but I'm not confident in it yet. So let me know what you guys think. But they're kind of sprawling everywhere, so we're gonna see what happens here. Here's a strawberry plant that we planted. We've got another one here, so I'm really excited about these. We also have some more flowers down here. Here's another strawberry plant that we put in together, so all of this needs a really good drink. I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Oh, here's another one kind of poking up. So I think some of them died back a little bit, but they're starting to come back now. I think they just needed a little bit of time after they were transplanted and put in the ground. But I was talking to my husband about how I wanted to put something around at least the strawberry patch just to keep the kids from walking on them. The berry bushes are a little bit different. They're not going to trample those, or even the dogs, just by accident. Kids are kids, dogs are dogs. So I wanted to put something around it just to kind of prevent that, and also put some deer fencing draped over the top of it because the deer come in from the field, and the only thing I have issues with them eating are the strawberries. And my husband found me these. He was working on a job site, and they were actually going to throw these in the dumpster. My husband's like, my wife would love these. So they're not quite long enough for the entire thing. So what I think I'm going to have him do is cut these in half, so you have 2 boards and 2 boards, which will be, and I have 2 of these. I have this one and this one there. So if he cuts these in half, essentially I'll have enough to go down both sides of the bed, and then I'll be able to drape deer fencing that I already have.
Are you scared of me?
There are. I already have the deer fencing that I can drape over the top of it then, and keep them out of this bed entirely. So that's my plan to finish off the strawberry patches. I have to pull the nails out of these boards, though. I told my husband that I would do the prep work, so I have to pull the nails out of these. I think I'm going to try to do that this afternoon, and then I'll ask him to cut them down for me, and we can kind of get these in the ground and protect the strawberries before the deer start really coming in, because last year they were in the strawberry patch constantly, and I want to fill in the strawberry patch, get it really good, and hopefully we'll have a lot of strawberries coming out of that. I also am thinking, because we're going to go to the
nursery, I think on Friday. Today's Monday. I think this Friday we're gonna go to the nursery and pick up the rest of the things that we need for the garden that we didn't start ourselves. And while I'm there, I think I'm gonna pick up some asparagus and throw some asparagus somewhere in this mix in here. I think right here I have a nice patch that's open next to our chives, and I have some bee balm and some spearmint down on the end there with a little bit of lavender that I put in last year that I don't think is gonna come back. The lavender is looking pretty rough still, so we'll see, but that's kind of what this section is looking like. And eventually I'd love to put a fence completely around like our little forest garden here and have it all fenced in and have it really pretty and maybe some arches and stuff. That's kind of what my vision is, but that's not a this year project. That's probably a next year project because we're putting up the garage this year. So we have the slab already ready to go. It's over there. We've been doing the garage in stages. So last year we put the in-floor heating in and we got the slab down, and then this year in August they're coming to build it. So that's the priority for right now, and then hopefully next year it'll be fencing. I'd love to put a permanent fence around the main garden over there that's by the chicken coop, and then I would love to put a permanent fence around this. So that's kind of where our plans are for that. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me, especially out here in the garden, which is something I look forward to every year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in a new one.